Well, this was the fight last night that they had on HBO. You know, HBO only wants to promote knockouts and they don't want to promote great fights. So here we are. We have your riskiest Gamboa versus this Carmichael gentleman who's a journeyman, and this was a tune-up fight for Gamboa. And HBO was kind of upset that he wasn't going for the fences like Gamboa usually do. And because of this, they were disinterested, even though Gamboa was outboxing him clearly. Gamboa was landing shots repeatedly whenever he wanted. Um, after being knocked down 4 times, and this is the first time you come back from that, you're going to be a little cautious and very, careful, because you don't want that to happen again, where Max Kellerman wants the guy to just risk it all. Max has never been in the ring, so what does he know? So Roy's trying to explain to him, he's trying to get his rhythm back, and he's like, yeah, but Joe boxing fan wants to see this. He's like, yeah, but Joe promoter, if he goes in there and gets knocked out, Joe promoter's not going to be too happy, and it's not good for the fighter. So he's like, yeah, the fan, he's like, yeah, but listen, the fans, they're booing. He's like, yeah, so if he goes in there and he gets knocked out, they're going to be cheering, and that's not going to be good for him. So, so what's the point? But anyway, Gamboa won a unanimous decision. Then the main event, brought David Lemieux back in his second fight since losing to Gennady Golovkin versus Curtis Stevens, another guy who, to me, came off a loss when he got injured in a fight that was supposed to be a tune-up fight. So he can come in the ring and fight David Lemieux, Curtis Stevens. They pushed him. So this is a fight where both guys have lost to Gennady Golovkin. They weren't very impressive in either fight they had against Gennady Golovkin. But let's see what they do against each other, which means we can get Lemieux back because Curtis Stevens is going to get knocked out eventually. So cue the music. Stevens, who looks like the larger version of Adrian Broner, had a terrible game plan. I thought he wanted to come in, see what Lemieux had. Lemieux, who's every bit of 180-something pounds coming into this ring, came in and decided, you know what, I'm going to let the guy turn up and see what he got. He's going to burn out. Then I'm going to get my offense going. And, that's not a good idea to invite David Lemieux to come in, who's a much bigger man and a heavy hand puncher. I mean, if you could withstand 4 rounds of it, you'll be all right. But didn't get there. Kept coming with the high guard, inviting him to come in and then throwing his shots in between them. Instead of using a jab, being first time at times, and switching it up and giving Lemieux something to think about. There was his high guard shell defense that he was coming with. Again, wasn't really helping him out too much in this bout. So he decided to switch it up. So David Lemieux is back on top with a devastating knockout over Curtis Stevens. And that's what HBO promotes, knockouts. And that's it. So what do you want to see from Lemieux? You want to see him rematch Gennady Golovkin? Because that seems like where they're headed. I doubt you see him fight Canelo Alvarez next. So who knows what's next for Lemieux or what they're going to do with him. But you tell me what you think. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out. BoxingSocialist.com is the website. I'm done.